Jessie B Scrapbooking back with another process video. This one is for the Scrap 5 challenge. And today our challenge is we have to use this sketch. So that's a pretty cool sketch. Throw back to something that we haven't used but that is still in our stash for a long time. So I grabbed out this little bin. And I have these buttons. They're adorable buttons. I bought them a long time ago. And I have never used them. And I think I used these ones once. But I've always found them hard to use because of those on the back. Or even these buttons, which I haven't used in forever. I still love them, but I never think to grab them. So, those are going to be my throwbacks. We have to use a stencil. So here's the stencil I would like to use. Torn paper. So I'll tear some of my paper. And ribbon. So here is the ribbon I want to use. And then here are the two pictures that I will be using. They are of a dough that was hanging around at our place here, which I thought was really funny. Sorry about my clothesline, but yeah, my clothesline. And then this is our archery range, and she was standing out there in the archery range. I just thought that was quite funny. So I took some pretty pictures of her, and she's actually stuck around most of the summer. And yeah, so here's the paper I'm going to use. This paper is from a paper pad from Walmart. And I kind of picked out just bright summer colors. And, yeah, let's see what we can do. Let's get going. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut down this. Well, no, actually I use a different paper. This paper as my background. It's kind of a cream colored with these design down one side, and then the back has these orange circles, tone on tone kind of. And here you can see I'm moving the paper around, trying to decide where I want those design to be, or if I want it to be on the paper at all. And I decide that I want to cut them out, so I'm just going to use them more like an embellishment, and so I'll cut them out in a little bit. And then I'm just going to use this cream as my background. I love this yellow polka dot, so it's going to be the main square behind my pictures. So I'm going to cut both pictures down to 4 by 3, and I think that makes them fit on a 8.5 by 11 nicely. And so, see how nice that looks? They're just about perfect. So I'll put those down. I'll put them onto this yellow polka dot, and it has some really pretty flowers on the opposite side. And I will actually end up using a little bit of the opposite side too. And I thought I was going to use this ribbon here. It has like wire on the outside edge, and it's burlap with the polka dots. I really like it, but I ended up not using it for this layout. I pull in a different ribbon later. But as of right now, I still think I'm going to use it, so I keep using it and measuring with it. And I ripped my bottom, or my yellow polka dot paper there. It's at the bottom of it. So there is my paper ripping. I'm using the sketch, so that's 2 of the 5. And now I'm going to use the stencil here. And in the sketch, it shows, or it has some like mixed media splattering in the back. And so I'm going to use the splattering in the stencil and just do some like a couple little dark spots here and there, and keeping it to the same spots it has on the sketch. And I really think it turned out cute. This is the first time I've used this stencil, and I really like it. it worked really well. So do one more here. Well, I've used this stencil once before, but it was the like coffee rings. A coffee ring, yeah. But I've never used the splatters, so I really like the way the splatters turned out. So here's where I'm going to cut out those orange decorative bits that were on that paper. I'm going to put one up here to represent that circle at the top of the sketch, and then one at the top corner behind the photos here. And I'm liking that, so move them off to the side. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue everything down. So I'm gluing the pictures and stuff down. I want to let you know this is a hop. We do it once a month, and we pick out, well, I think Becky is the one that came up with this whole hop, and she picks out the different scrapfive, and we all put it together, and the second Saturday of every month we get together on YouTube here and share our layouts, that what we all come up with. So here is where I changed out that ribbon, and with just this piece of paper here, it has like a newsprint, and I liked that black and white contrast because we have the black splatters in the back, and I figured it needed a little bit more black, so I used the newsprint. And then here's where I'm using the other side of that yellow polka dot paper, and I'm just making a circle and having it at the bottom, actually where the a circle close to where the circle is in the sketch. And now I'm going to try to figure out where I want to put the buttons and what buttons I want to use. So I'd go ahead and go with the little deer, since there is a deer in my pictures. And I go with the owl for the top, and then a little hedgehog. No reason for the hedgehog other than it was cute, and I wanted 3 buttons on this layout. And so I am going to cut off the backs of those buttons off camera. So I bring in this ribbon here, and it's just a creamy white with gold thread, and I think it works a lot better. So I'm bringing in that, and then I think I already cut off the back of the buttons with I just used some needle nose pliers. That's what I ended up using, and it worked. They came off nice and easy. So now I'm going to build up these clusters here. So I'm going to put the ribbon and then that fussy cut piece out, and then I took out of the opposite side of the newsprint paper, has these flowers on it, and so they're like flowers in a row. And so I fussy cut out like 3 flowers, and I pop them up onto some foam up in the top corner. And then I have another one of the flowers cut out, and I'm going to adhere it flat down above the picture here, and then put that little owl beside it, perched beside it. And I'm just using wet glue to put the owl down. But see how the flowers are on the back of that? So those are what I was fussy cutting. And then I cut out one more flower for this bottom cluster too. So I decided to ink the edge of that circle, half circle, because it was kind of getting lost. So that helps it stand out a little bit more. Put my ribbon down here as well. So my ribbon is in 2 different spots. And now I'm putting the flower on top of the ribbon, the little fussy cut flower, and then gluing the deer and the little hedgehog, and to make this third cluster down here. So get all that glued down, and then I found that on the back side of the one paper had those orange circles. I think it's the base paper, has those orange circles, so I put one down behind the flower and the deer. And so the page was kind of looking plain to me, so I decided to bring in some watercolors, and I'm doing orange and yellow splattered in a diagonal from the top right down to the bottom left, and that helped a lot. It broke up some of that white space, and then I still wanted more, so I decided to cut 2 more of the circles out and put one in each of my little clusters. And this one will end up getting cut off because it pokes up over the top. But I'm liking that. I think those just help round out those clusters a little bit. And then I'm going to come in with some little nail art jewels in orange and yellow. And I'll sprinkle 3 of them in each of the clusters that I've made. And once I'm done with that, I think off camera I add just a doodly border around the outside edge in a dark gray. But I can't remember if I did that after I took the pictures or not. So if it was afterwards, then you'll see it in the layout share at the end of the month. And then I was thinking just now as I'm watching this video, I never put a title on this page. My title was going to be "Oh Dear." And yeah, I never put it on. So, and I'm not retaking the pictures because, yeah. I will just make sure at the layout share at the end of the month that I show you this layout with a title on it. So as of now, here is my layout. Here are the close-ups. It was actually turned out really cute, and I like the nice bright yellow. And yeah, this challenge is always fun. Make sure you go and check everybody else out that is playing along this month. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.